Well, good, screedily do, whatever it is for you, my dear YouTube viewers, if any. Look, I gotta fix this. It doesn't have much padding in the back. It would totally break my laptop if it fell. Thank you, went first time to the Quesnel Salvation Army this morning, or just around lunchtime. Thank you. In front of the black truck down there, because I was parked last night sleeping there in between two spots. People might think, oh, he used to have a driving school, he can't park properly. Everything I do is strategic. You should ask why. Anyway, the Heavy D's is a place that didn't come knock on the door. I'm really blocking two spots beside them when they were open, so I'm going to support them when I can and go see what I might enjoy in there. I don't think it's legal still to have shawarma in BC. I don't know, but I missed that. They might have something similar. So again, that's where I was, but when I started my vehicle this morning after tightening a few things and getting more air circulation, I put it there. And I do believe there is a big link. Well, first I reckon I should give you a disclosure. I am not a certified mechanic. I am a polymath non-mechanic. This is part 1 of 3. Part 2 and 3 may be on other days than today, May 17th, 2023. Thank you to the lady at the library who called the phone number of the guy that helped me with a lot of things at his property last week, and his neighbors too, but they decided not to come, and I can't blame them. And I am a polymath non-mechanic, and as a systems thinking person that is above average in systems thinking problem solving, I've learned a lot with their help and YouTube videos and all sorts of things that I am going to try a few things today, which I will explain momentarily. But thanks to the lady who was talking to him, and he called back to give me my response that he wouldn't come. And I still paid him today because my monthly budget for poor people came in, except I got to be very careful because it is a 5-week month for this budget, which is the same amount. I don't know why. It should be a slightly higher amount for those 2 5-week months. But that would mean like respecting the people they serve, right? And like incorporating common sense, such thinking. Anyways, so yeah, it was funny overhearing them. Like the lady was saying, "Oh yeah, I understand, totally understand." She's like she's happy she's helping me. It's funny, I can't borrow the phone because they're not supposed to for contamination, but she grabs the card, with his phone number. So it's more about following the rules than cross-contamination. Anyways, let's get back to the subject. So when I first left this helper's place with a new alternator and such, and cables that he did a good job installing, I noticed it was running fine the first time, but not doing that great going up a hill. And a lot of short trips doing errands in the heat yesterday. And you could see still some of the smoke-filled skies, which I think is it Fort St. John's? It might be coming from. And we don't have any fires anywhere near Quesnel here. And but the thing is I have to fix my vehicle if I am stuck in that situation. I'm overhearing people at the Salvation Army in line saying, "Oh, you know that lady that left this area to get away from fires? Well, she's in Fort St. John now, and her car broke down, so she's 10 kilometers from the airport and she can't leave." And they're saying, well, you can't escape fires anywhere, really. That one guy actually said the wrong word, said she's going to get evicted. She might get evicted, but he meant evacuated. Somebody corrected him. But it's kind of the same thing, right? The earth is kind of evicting us through these multiple evacuations from here and there and everywhere, and there's no stability unless you're in a motorhome, but only if it works well and you can afford to fix it, or you understand how to fix it yourself. And I understand so much more now that I have less sense of dependence on others. Like, let's say I take it in remote places, I understand more. I can diagnose better what things are. I can MacGyverize parts without picking up new ones that might have been made wrong from a particular country where they usually come from. So I wanted to say that my issues seem to be related to heat, and I don't think it's the engine itself overheating, because when I left that guy's place last time, it's the first time the needle of the radiator temperature made sense, like it didn't move, like And it didn't used to move like really fast within a second, but it would get way past the maximum to the end of the needle and then come back within, half a minute based on this more or less illogical. But now at least it's making more sense. So, but I think it's parts related to becoming hot that surround the engine. So what I'm going to do today, I reckon again, I'm going to repeat the disclaimer. I am not a certified mechanic. I would recommend you take my advice on POLYMATH or social sciences related things, as if you can depend on it if you understand the user language. For example, maybe, perhaps, this might be, but if you make assumptions with what I say, or you don't double check in a comment, which nobody writes, then it's kind of your own thing. But I'm going to show you more of these things later on when I'm at different places. But one of the things I want to look at is it's called a spout connector, related to the distribution system for electricity to the sparks. But also, I should check the price at Canadian Tire. And this spout connector might be called a spout plug, and it's usually kind of doesn't connect to something else. It's got a connector on it, which allows the computer to maximize the performance of the spark. And it could be, I've seen plugs like this a few times, and I think maybe in the past it was disconnected, and it might account for not doing that well in heat now. But also, I'm going to look at the prices of distributor cables, the distributor cap, if not the distributor itself, and also I'm going to see if I can maybe buy the fuel filter and replace it myself. So these are 3 things I'm going to do today and report back on in 2 other videos. And I reckon, again, I'm going to do my best to explain to you these things. But again, I am not a certified mechanic. I am a non-mechanic.